Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to film your own hunts. If you're trying to get into that, we're going to show you exactly what gear we have, what gear we use the last 2 years, how we've kind of advanced as we've gone on filming. We normally solo film or self film, so it'll be really focused towards that if that's what you're trying to do, but also if you're having somebody over your shoulder film, it'll also play into that too. So let's get this underway and show you how everything works. And obviously we're in a tree right now, so in order to show you how to set up the camera arm, I'm gonna have the GoPro rolling up there. So yeah, here we go.
He came out and ended up working out.
Not anything like that, dude.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So first thing we're gonna do is install the camera arm. We'll show you what camera arm I got. I'm using the Muddy Outfitter camera arm right now, and it really works well for small DSLR cameras or, you know, little camcorders or whatever. But yeah, so we'll set that up right now, throw it up to the GoPro, and show you how you put it on the tree and all that. So. Okay, so now that we got the tree arm on the tree, we'll show you exactly how we got everything set. Even though we had the GoPro view up top, I wanted to give you a close-up real quick. So, as you can see, I got it on my right side. I like my camera arm on the right side just because I'm right-handed. And usually, I'm gonna have all my shots planning on deer to come from my left. So, on the right side works best for me as a righty. I mean, that's not always the case for right-handed people, but that's how I roll with it. So, like I said, I have the Muddy Outfitter camera on, and just a standard fluid head on here. Works really well, super steady with my camera on there. And yeah, it's super simple to put it on the tree. All you got is a ratchet strap right here, and you just have to pull, and you can be very quiet with this. As far as getting up early in the morning and not want to spook any game or anything. So that's the camera arm, perfectly level right there, as you can see. My bow on my left. And it's on a, you know, standard easy hanger bow hanger, and this mount here is actually for my GoPro. So I have the arm right there just for filming purposes, so we can get this on film for you guys. But we're gonna put the GoPro on that and show you how that looks. And yeah. Okay guys, so we got the camera on the camera arm right now, and we're gonna show you my left side. So my left side, obviously, you see my bow right there, and up top, you got a GoPro mount up there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the GoPro off this tree branch, and we're gonna put it up there. So that's how I would get my second angle. So basically, the reason why we do this second angle is so you guys can see exactly what happened. While I'm trying to get everything on film, you'll see me, you know, trying to get the deer in frame and all that, and me pulling back my bow and finally shooting the deer. So, like I said, I was going to tell you the upgrades I made, and this is an upgrade. So, this is the GoPro Hero 7, and I mean, it just makes the whole story of the hunt a lot better than just having one camera angle of the deer. So, easy just like that. Zoom in on that for you guys. So you see the GoPro mount right on top of my bow, and that's how I get my second angle. So, zoom out of there real quick, back you guys up just a tad. So this is how it would go. So I see a deer, get the camera arm positioned on the deer, stand up, grab my bow, got my bow, do one of these. Now I got a second camera angle. Everything's on film. I mean, that's what I use. I use a GoPro Hero 7. Other guys like to use smaller, like Sony Handycams. Those work too. A little heavier. So I just roll with the GoPro. One thing I do suggest if you do get a GoPro is to get a microphone with it, because the sound isn't great, but it's not awful. So, you know, you don't have to do that, but just a suggestion. Just remember to hit that GoPro whenever there's a deer in here, because when everything's high stress and everything, you got a deer right underneath you, you got a lot of things going through your head, you may forget to turn that on. So if you don't turn it on, you don't get the second angle. It's not the end of the world, but it is a way better story when you have two different camera angles whenever you get your kill on camera. So that being said, I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, okay, so we'll go over the specs of what I have. So I told you I have the GoPro Hero 7. Up top is my second camera angle, and this camera right here, that is the Canon T7i. So this is actually my first ever main camera. I decided to just get a really nice camera because I wanted good quality for you guys, and I wanted to make sure the hunts are clear and everything like that. So the reason I put the release on is I want to tell you why I got black tape on my camera arm. So that's basically just to cut down on noise, because this camera arm, you can probably hear it, yeah, it's metal, and if one click of the release with this on the camera arm and you got a deer real close, I mean 10 out of 10 times that deer is gone. So that's why I have black tape on this camera arm, just to cut down on sound. So, but yeah, I just want to make this video because we were in that place too. We didn't know what we were doing, and we found everything from YouTube on how to film our hunts, what gear to get. So yeah, kind of like a giving back type of thing. Anybody who is watching this and want to get filming their own hunts, we figured we'll make a video for you. And also, I mean, starting out, you don't need anything expensive or anything unless you feel like, you know, getting really quality gear right out the gate, kind of like what I did, just knowing that I was going to do this for a while, because I really enjoy it. But I mean, you could just get a, you know, basic handy cam. Sony makes them, Canon makes them, and really the end product comes from editing. So if you know how to edit your hunts and everything, that's really what it comes down to. It doesn't have to be a really expensive camera. It can just be, you know, the editing. Clear, I mean, just straight to the point, it's editing. So I think I can speak for both Cody and I. When we first got into this, it was a lot more weight on our back. And you'll notice that if you start filming, it's a lot more weight you got to carry in and out of the woods. So yeah, I mean, and normally what I do is I hunt a lot. I hunt very mobile, and I'll always have a climber on my back or a hang-on. That's what I'm in right now, is a hang-on. And I mean, you just got a lot more weight, but you get used to the weight. You get used to carrying it around and everything. And once you get in the tree too, you gotta put the camera arm. You can't just hang your bow up and sit down. You gotta put your camera arm on the tree. You gotta get the GoPro up there over your shoulder. I mean, just a lot more that goes into it. But in the end, I mean, it's just awesome the amount of memories you can get, and knowing that when you're old and you don't remember as much, you'll always have this, because it's hard to remember when you have a video right there, and you know, so that's a big reason why we do it. You know, not for fame or anything. It's just fun. You can share with your family and friends the kills that you got on camera, and basically, yeah. I mean, and it's a lot of skill too. I mean, basically, whenever you're filming your hunt, you're killing that deer or animal, whatever you're hunting. You're killing that animal twice, because you gotta shoot it with your bow and you gotta shoot it with the camera and make sure it's on frame and everything. So what I almost forgot to tell you guys is what lens I'm using on my DSLR. So what I have on there right now is just an 18-55, and that's actually the standard kit lens it came with, and we have a wide angle lens on there. So I have a wide angle lens, I have a telephoto lens, but normally I'll never even use a wide angle lens when I'm hunting, just because it cuts down on weight and stuff like that. But for filming purposes, we'll use that today. So 18-55 with the wide angle lens on there. And this past year, actually, I picked up the Canon 75-300 millimeter lens, and it's a pretty good zoom on it. I mean, enough for what I'm hunting here in North Carolina, and I did go to Ohio last year, so both not really open country, a lot of woods in the spots I was hunting anyways. So this does a job for me. I don't have to zoom for like 600 yards like I'm out in you know, out west or anything. So for now, this works. 75-300 millimeter lens. That's pretty much all the gear I have. I have a Rode mini mic on this main camera, and I'll probably put the same mic on my GoPro down the road. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For my ground hunts, like this GoPro arm works really well for, like, if I'm, you know, stalking a deer or something like that. I can just throw it on the bow real quick. Just throw it on there. It's a clamp. And I also have a Manfrotto tripod that we use for ground hunting and all that. So that's really all the specs I can think of that I have. But yeah, that's pretty much the rundown on how we film our hunts. And if you want to get into it, you know, and you got any questions, go ahead and just ask us. We haven't had many questions on YouTube just because of viewership and all that, but on on Instagram. You can follow our Instagram, DM us there, wherever, if you have any questions. We'd be glad to help. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, hope it was educational, hopefully you learned something. If you want or you don't want to film your hunts anymore, hopefully I helped you out with that decision. And yeah, so have a good one.